Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and it's about that time of the month again where we look back at the current competitive season. We complain to Jeff Kaplan saying, "Oh, Jeff, this game is so broken. Can you please fix it?" Probably because we dropped, and for all of us that climbed, we love the current competitive season. We do not want it to change. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about the history of Season 11, as if it's been out for millions of years, and talk about the mistakes, talk about what I've seen, and what we can kind of expect for the future of competitive, because a lot that happened in Season 11 and a lot that didn't happen we can obviously expect in Season 12, and I just thought I would just make a video talking about that. So going into Season 11, I was hard set on the idea that Symmetra was going to completely take over Season 11. I mean, why wouldn't she? She's been a hero that's been at the bottom of the barrel, and she got completely reworked, in a sense being a brand new hero. And what usually happens when a new hero comes into Overwatch? Everyone wants to play them. Everyone becomes a new whatever main, and in this case, a new Symmetra main. Myself included. I thought I was going to be playing a whole lot of Symmetra. I thought we were going to be facing against a whole lot of Symmetra, so that's kind of how I thought Season 11 was going to work, is considering Symmetra, whether you're playing with her or countering her. And I'll be the first one to admit it, at least in a mid/high level of Overwatch gameplay, I saw Symmetra of a total of maybe like 5 times or something. I can count on one hand how many times I saw people begin a match playing Symmetra. I don't know why. I can't tell you why, because in my humble opinion, while Symmetra isn't the worst hero anymore, she still has some potential that if you learn to master her, she can be a well put together hero in a team composition. But nonetheless, not a lot of people seem to play Symmetra. However, the one hero that I saw picked more than Symmetra throughout Season 11 is the hero Sombra. I've been saying this for the longest time, but it took a big rework for people to realize, wow, Sombra actually has a lot of potential. Now, granted, there are some people that are still on the fence about whether this change was good or bad, but I'm gonna be honest, guys, I thought this change was like good in certain aspects to make her a more backline assassin, because you gotta think, in the DPS category and the offense category, not a lot of heroes can do what Sombra does. That is hack people, that is EMP people, that is make people sitting ducks. People are not ready for that, and I've been saying this for the longest time. Besides Mei, I say Sombra is one of the other greatest underrated heroes of all time, and that was especially shown in Season 11, because I cannot tell you how many times the enemy team or my team had a clutch Sombra that won us the game. Not single-handedly, but provided us a way to just either capture the point or just move the pit, whatever the case may be, all because she was a hero that not a lot of people were ready to just combat. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, there aren't a lot of ways to really combat a great Sombra. Well, any hero can be kind of like that, but especially Sombra. There aren't a lot of answers to her, because when you think of an awesome Tracer, all you really gotta do is bash her with a Brigitte. When you think of a Genji, all you gotta really do is bring out a Zarya or a Winston. With Sombra, it's really hard because she's always invisible because of this brand new change. So in Season 11, Symmetra really wasn't the come-out king of heroes, or queen rather, but rather Sombra. And that was more or less towards the middle of the season, but coming towards the end, Hammond was, or Wrecking Ball. I still call him Hammond. I do not care what any of y'all say. We don't call D.Va Mecha, okay? But we saw Hammond get introduced into competitive finally, and here I was also a little bit hesitant. Whenever a new hero comes out, I'm hesitant because, you know, it's a brand new hero. You don't have as much time with the new hero as, say, you do with the other heroes that were in the base game. But overall, I was very hyped with Hammond. Did I play Hammond? No, because I'm a pushover. I'm scared that people are going to say, oh, you can't play Hammond, you need to play Mercy. And of course, that's what I do. But at least what I saw with Hammond was great potential that I feel like not a lot of people are ready for either. It's going to be a similar situation to Symmetra, and that is not a lot of people see the potential that Hammond has. Now, again, I'm not saying he's the greatest tank of all time, but what he does have is something similar to Winston, and that is being able to dive the back line. But what Winston doesn't have that Hammond has is being able to have a shield to really just distract the enemy team so that your team can push him. What I'm talking about is, say like a Hammond dives on Volskaya in the enemy back lines, well, more or less, the enemy team is going to be focused on the Hammond, but he has so much HP because there's so many enemies around him because of his shield activating, and that's going to allow your team to push them and attack them. Again, this is just a simple scenario that could either easily be countered or can easily work, but what I am saying is people aren't willing to work with that. It still surprises me that people still refuse to work as a team when they clearly see the Overwatch League, all these teams communicating, working on a plan, working on a certain strat, and it works. Right? It works because they're willing to work together, but they also communicate it. And that's just the suckiest part of Season 11, that I feel like it's just going to get worse and worse and worse in the up-and-coming competitive seasons.
Oh, but bro, you a couple of months ago, you said the looking for group feature and endorsement feature was gonna save Season 11.
Remember how I said that same thing with Symmetra, how I thought she was gonna take over Season 11, and I was wrong? I'm saying it again right here. I was wrong thinking that the looking for group feature was gonna completely save competitive, because if you're anywhere higher than the diamond rank, more than likely people aren't looking for groups. But when it first came out, oh my god, it was amazing. It was perfect. If you were in a group, you were willing to work together, but you were also having fun. If you lost, more than likely it was because the enemy team was just better than you. Here, now no one wants to wait the extra 5 minutes, 7 minutes to find that group to really go into competitive and have a more fair match. People are just like, oh, what? I don't want to wait. Let's just go into competitive solo queue. Then they get tilted because, wow, I'm with a bunch of people that aren't willing to work together or communicate. When they're looking for group feature, negates that. But they're not, it's just, that's why it's like, okay, well, it's kind of our faults. It's not Blizzard's fault, it's our fault. There's a feature in here that allows you to play with other players, but if you're not willing to wait, sorry. So overall, Season 11 was a season that had the highest hopes of all time, and I'm not going to be biased and say they didn't live up to the hype because, well, of my personal experience, because no, Symmetra, one of 2 heroes that was seen as a throw hero, got reworked and is now semi-decent. Awesome. The looking for group feature allows players that are willing to work together find each other. Awesome. Endorsement feature. Now, if you're not toxic, if you're a good teammate, you get recognition, you get credit for it. Awesome. Great. And it's over. The hype is over. I don't know. As terms of the heroes, I think Blizzard is doing a pretty good job because there's not really one hero besides maybe Brigitte that is completely needed in Overwatch, maybe a Mercy, but now Ana's rising up, Moira's still a great healer, you see tanks like Winston and D.Va, you know, the tank category is decent, there's a whole lot of DPS, Sombra rose up, now what? There's not really anything left to fix, at least in my opinion, that I see right here on a few days before the season's ending. I can't think of anything because the biggest reason why I feel like people think competitive is quote-unquote broken besides Brigitte is the fact that toxic people are in there. But I've been saying this for the longest time. Blizzard cannot fix human behavior. That is what the report system is for. If you find someone that is completely toxic, report them, move on, and block them. There's a lot of things that can make your competitive experience a whole lot more enjoyable. Season 11 was a huge step, but I don't think a lot of people really realize that. So anyway, guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Be expecting a lot of videos regarding Season 12 because I'm excited for every single season. Just, I don't know what to expect from here. Blizzard always brings us a surprise, so we just have to stay positive and hope that we do better the next competitive season. I love you guys, and bye.